Yeah. What's up, YouTube? It's that man, I'm Boo. It's brother man. And we back with another video, man. Today, looks like we got the Studbudz, the great communicators of our time, break down the WNBA, WNBPA stance on revenue sharing / CBA impasse. If y'all ain't heard, man, the women, looks like they gonna be in it for a battle. They in CBA negotiations. If that shit don't go through, then we don't see no season. It's gonna be a tough approach by both sides. But let's take a look and hear out what they have to say from their perspective.
Let's get into it. I'm not gonna lie,
let's get to it.
It's so much that is just like mind-boggling.
Okay.
When you hear like just how they treating us.
They don't
how they
care about it.
They already saying against you. All right, so here's my perspective, man. As the employee, well, no, y'all not employees, y'all contracted athletes. Y'all contractors. So contractors don't get the same treatment that employees get. Let's be 100% honest about that. Now, the way I look at it, man, in this CBA, y'all gonna have to bite the bullet, because the way the WNBA has structured themselves, and we're gonna get a little bit into it as well, the way the WNBA has structured themselves, if you ask me, they've made it to where they're not profitable. And when every year you could come back and say, yeah, are we not getting our return on investment? You know what I'm saying? That's a ringing in anybody's ear. Damn, they're not making money from this shit. But we're gonna get into it a little later. From what it looks like, they're purposely not making money, putting a lot of money towards marketing, advertisement, shit like that, which is understandable. But you know, losing about 30 to 40, 50 million a year for a big league, I don't believe there's too much of a loss. Even though you can still say it's a loss, for the league, you know, that's hard to see that it being a crutch. So these women, of course, you know, fighting for more rights, fighting for more money, rightfully so. In my eyes, if y'all could increase y'all minimum and increase the maximum, that should be a plus for y'all. You know what I'm saying? As being the players and not the owners, you're going to have to bite a bunch of bullets, you know, straight up. But let's go ahead and hear what they got to say.
It's crazy. Like, they want to pay. All right, let me see. So yes, the league wants to pay themselves first before they pay us. So, and when they pay themselves, stay with me. When they pay themselves, it leaves less than 30%
for us to spread.
Us. No, to split with them. So they want to pay themselves first, and then what's left of whatever is left, they want us to split with them. They want us to split that with them, which leaves less than 15% for the players.
Exactly. And when they grow year by year, they gonna keep growing, and we gonna, what'd you say? Flatline.
Damn. Man, let's take a look at some of the contracts, man. Because, you know, from my point of view, man, I've always said, like, being 30 years into the league, being 30 years since your inception of the WNBA, I believe the WNBA was created in 96 or 97, some shit like that. You know, being so new of a league, you know, there are going to be a lot of things that y'all got to go through. You're going to have to go through the growing pains of the league. You know what I'm saying? If we take a look at Asia Wilson. Damn, I thought Asia was making more than... Okay. So it says Asia is currently under a 2-year, $400,000 contract extension with the Las Vegas Aces, paying her $200,000 annually. This contract expires after the 25 season. In addition to her WNBA salary, she signed a historic 6-year extension with Nike in December 24, featuring her own A1 signature shoe release in 25. That's tough. That's tough. I like that. Okay, but she's still getting about $200,000 a year, and she's at the top of her game. So the WNBA is about 30 years in. Let's see, when did the NBA, hold up. When did WNBA start? Okay, so I'm about right. About 30 years. So they started April 24th of 26. Let's see if we got anything else here. Let's see. Okay, so I looked at this. When will WNBA owners start getting ROI, which is return on investment? Let's go ahead and read this right here. You know, this Google AI, look. Google AI, they ballpark are good enough. Information is solid as it can be. So while the WNBA is experiencing record-breaking popularity, fan engagement, and skyrocketing team evaluations, owners are not expected to see a significant direct return on investment in the immediate future. Key takeaways. Projected break even. The league has a realistic opportunity to reach profitability for the first time around 2026. Ain't we in 2026? See what I'm talking about? These owners ain't stupid, man. Driven by a new record-setting media rights deal and increased revenue from expansion, according to sources. So you mean to tell me in the year of a CBA deal, the owners are scheduled to finally become profitable in the WNBA? That's crazy. I could have told you that these owners knew that. They knew they wouldn't become profitable until around this time. Despite high demand, the league was expected to lose approximately $40 to $50 million during the 24 season. Damn. Owners are focusing on equity appreciation rather than immediate annual profits. Exactly. See? As the owners, when they focus on equity appreciation, they're playing the long game. So, of course, in the short term, you're going to be losing money. The valuation of WNBA franchises has increased by an estimated 180% since 2024, with some teams now valued in the hundreds of millions. That's good. The influx of new talent like Caitlin Clark, rapid expansion to new markets like Golden State, Toronto, Portland, and a significantly higher media rights deal expected to at least double current figures are the primary drivers for future profitability. So why returns have been delayed? Expansion costs. While expansion brings in high fees, an example, $250 million for new teams, these require initial capital investments. Heavy investment. Owners are pouring money into infrastructure, marketing, and team operations to sustain long-term growth. This is where they're pouring their money into. So they're getting a return on their investment. It's about where they're choosing for that money to go to. And then once they've divvied up all the funds and paid off all these people and paid off this and that, you know, they're actually losing money. NBA subsidies. The NBA has historically subsidized WNBA to cover operating losses, with the NBA owning roughly 60% of the league. Damn. In summary, while the WNBA is in its best financial shape since its inception in 1997, it remains a growth investment where owners are prioritizing long-term capital gains over near-term profits, with 2026 being a pivotal year for the potential profitability. Damn. Let's see. When did NBA start? So the NBA was founded on June 6, 1946 in New York City as the Basketball Association of America. Let's see, when did let's see, what's his name? Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson's first contract. Let's check that out. Magic Johnson's rookie contract with the Lakers in 1979 was a 4-year deal averaging $460,000 annually. God damn. So his rookie contract is doubling what A'ja Wilson is getting. He signed in 79. That's over 30 years after the NBA first began. See, this tough for me to argue because my whole argument was that, damn, ladies, 30 years in the league, 30 years since y'all inception, y'all need more time to grow. But after 30 years, almost over 40 years ago, a rookie was making almost $500,000, and your best player, Asia Wilson, right now, is making half of what a rookie got. Ladies gonna have to play tough, man. But his career exploded immediately, leading to an unprecedented 25-year, $25 million extension and signed in 1981, making him the highest paid player and securing his future with the team until 2009. A deal that paid him $1 million a year during his extension and into retirement. Damn. So he got a contract that was meant to be paid out well after retirement. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, man. Ladies, y'all got something to fight for, man. Because the timelines are looking different. You know what I'm saying? Now, did the owners have to put in a whole bunch of money back then? Hey, ladies, y'all gonna have to fight. I was saying bite the bullet at first, but it looks like 30 years is enough. 30 years is enough for you to start getting an ROI, which the NBA owners already know. 30 years is enough for y'all to be getting over 15% of the revenue as well.
Dead.
Y'all can't, like, as far as the WNBA owners, y'all can't be trying to recoup money that y'all already lost. Like, I don't know.
So basically what she's saying is the league basically is saying, this shit sounds crazy.
Flatline.
They want us to stay at that less than 15% each year. So if the league grows in 26, 27, 28, 29,
30,
right,
we stand at that less than 15% the whole way through.
I don't think it's going to be like that verbatim. But damn, if y'all at 15%, that's tough. I wonder what percentage y'all at right now. Let's see if we can see. What percentage what percentage were? Because it's past tense now. WNBA players currently receive a small fraction, around 9.3% of the league's revenue under the 2020 collective bargaining agreement, far less than NBA players, 49 to 51%, or NFL NHA players, around 50%. Though this share can increase if revenue targets are met, players are pushing for a larger fixed percentage tied to league's growth in upcoming negotiations, as highlighted in reports from mid to late 25 to early 26. Current shares about 9.3% of total revenue as of recent years. NBA players, CBA says the current agreement links players' revenue share to hitting cumulative financial goals rather than guaranteeing a fixed percentage from the start, leading to lower payouts despite revenue growth. The WNBA Players Association advocates for a revenue sharing model similar to the NBA's, where players pay scales with the league's financial office, where player pay scales with the league's financial success. The WNBA's revenue has grown significantly, but players' compensation hasn't kept pace. Wow. Sparking debate and cause for renegotiation of the CBA, which has an opt-out clause in the end of 25. Damn, y'all. So if y'all getting 9.3 now, looks like they bumping it up almost 50%, almost about 40% bump. You're going up to 15% from 9.3%. Now that's an increase. How much more of an increase should y'all be awarded, I guess, or negotiate?
Dead.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. But hold on. They want to pay all their expenses first, but mind you, they don't consider the players' expenses, but they consider coaches' expenses.
Coaches are employees. Staff is employees. Y'all are contracted professionals. Man, Uber take 85% of the share, man. Uber, Lyft take, DoorDash, they taking 85%. You know what I'm saying? When you contracted, there are different rules. It is
and
what
to even
it is.
piggyback off of that, they still want to pay coaches more than they pay, like an Asia Wilson or Nafisa Collier. It's going to be coaches getting paid more money
Damn,
than them.
man. I don't know if we're going to have a WNBA season this year. I'm trying to see Paige ball out, man.
I know,
but they're not considering players' expenses.
But they might have to
want to
fight
pay
for
the
this.
coaches and all their expenses off first. They want to pay all them first, and then whatever is left.
But we are. But we're the.
Ladies, y'all might have to fight for this one. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay.
We the ones.
I ain't gonna hold you. I might have to fight for this one.
For a minute, Mario. Mario said, "Get your ass
come on,
out."
let's just talk out here.
And somebody
Thank
said
you,
something
Mario.
about rental
My
cars
guy.
and shit.
Get ready for you guys.
Yes.
Okay. Orange.
Orange?
Yeah.
Orange for you?
Blue.
Yeah,
blue.
I want orange.
Okay,
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mario. And then.
But is that not crazy, bro?
And then
they an expense, but don't consider players an expense.
Oh, and they're trying to take away housing
and cars.
rental cars.
And rental cars.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh, y'all getting housing and rental cars? See, y'all might have to keep that in the CBA, man. Keep that in the CBA. Because if y'all like, and don't get me wrong, that's a good leverage. That's good leverage. That's a good incentive. But you don't want to lose that because like shit. I mean shit. Like if I'm getting $77,000 a year and you paying my housing, you paying for the car, shit. Might have to go with that. It's like, nah, but I understand.
Damn.
Yeah, I understand that it seems like y'all money hasn't been growing with the success of the league. Even with the losses. Like there gotta be some give and take. So shit, did we find out who the NBA PA girl is? Let's see what that is. Who is the WNBPA leaders? Yeah, Nneka Ogwumike. Her sister on ESPN. And I think she was the one who I saw last as the leader or the president of the Women's National Basketball Players Association. So Nneka, how you say it? And Nneka Ogwumike is the president of the Women's National Basketball Players Association, a position she has held since 2016 and was reelected for a third term. As a veteran player and union leader, she has been instrumental in leading negotiations for the collective bargaining agreement, CBA, and advocating for player interests. It's like she's the president. Kelsey Plum is the vice president, first vice president. Terry Carmichael Jackson is an executive director. Let's see what else they got for us. Secretary Elizabeth Williams, Chicago Sky. Treasurer Breonna Turner, Chicago Sky. Vice President Nafisa Collier. Okay, Nafisa. I mean, there's conflict of interest, but I ain't gonna speaking on it. Well, it ain't really because it's a different league. Unrivaled is a different league than the WNBA, so I don't see it being a direct competitor. And plus, the WNBA should thank the Unrivaled League because it keeps their players in front of our eyes without the WNBA having to put money towards that. So the Unrivaled League is good for both parties. Nafisa Collier is the vice president. Satu Sabali and Breonna Stewart is another vice president. Kelsey Plum is the first vice president. Who knows what that means? All right, shout out her. Okay. So yeah, man, y'all gonna have to fight, man. There's a lot, you know. Nneka, she been at the lead of this shit for many years. I think it's time that y'all get paid a little more, man. 30 years into the NBA, Magic was making $500,000 as a rookie. Now, considered the best player at that time, the best rookie and the best player. But y'all best player ain't making half of what he was making. I think it's time the revenue get a jump. And also because I feel like the WNBA owners, man, they projected this shit, man. They know what the fuck going on. They knew they weren't going to be making money until around this time of 2026. They know that. They knew that. But on the other hand, y'all getting cars and housing. I don't know how you can argue that. Now, are you only getting housing during the season? Do you want housing all year? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight that, you know, everybody going to have to put on gloves. And that's where I come into play because we're going to cover this shit the whole time, man. The season's supposed to start May 2026. Hopefully it does start. But at the end of the day, it's cool. It's cool to hear from people like this from the Studbudz because they always vocal. We know them for saying how they feel. The only way you win this battle, the only way you win the war is by you getting your toughest and your best athletes, your toughest and your best men. And that's going to have to be, you know, the older ones like the Studbudz and all that. Whether you retired or not, we need you to come back, have your face. We need you as a face. We need the current best players. We need Paige Beckers. We need Caitlin Clark. You know, we need Angel Reese. We need Asia Wilson. We need the top players from the WNBA to show us some unity. Show us some unity, which, you know, shit, if y'all could fight this shit in the media, fight in the media. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you're gonna need your biggest and toughest athletes at the forefront, on front line. And it's gonna take a lot of people who don't naturally talk or not naturally out vocal, like a Caitlin Clark or Paige Beckers. It's gonna take them to step up and become the leaders that the WNBA needs to progress as far as the players go. But at the end of the day, like I said, man, y'all are players, y'all are contracted professionals. There's a lot of percentages that you don't get, you know, privy to, that you don't even get a share of when you're contracted. So take that for what it is, man. But with that being said, hey, man, it's your man, Abu. It's brother man. Like, comment, subscribe. What you think about the WNBA? Do you believe we're going to have a season that starts on time for the WNBA? Do you think the women of the WNBA going to get their money? Do you think the owners going to box them out? There's yet to see. If you want more videos like this, like, comment, subscribe for more videos. It just helps us get to where we try to get to. It's that man, Abu, and we go.
Let's just get to the point.
Now let's get